refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another great episode of FCC. That's right. How's everybody doing, guys? I'm your host, Coach, and we are back for another great episode. We are back for the finale of Season 3 of FFC. That's right. We are at the finale, guys. Yeah. Season's over. But the show ain't. No, we're not over yet. Yeah. Because in 2 weeks, we will be back for Season 4. We will talk a little bit more about that later. But on the season finale today, we have the AFC West to discuss. We have a couple of things that have happened in the NFL news. Nothing too crazy. We have training camp we can discuss a little bit. Some teams have shown up for training camp, so what we can expect. Unfortunately, we do have breaking news. Alaric Jackson has been arrested on domestic violence charges with the Los Angeles Rams. So more information to come out about that. That really sucks. And it's unfortunate because a few weeks ago, I actually came out and commended these players in the NFL for, not having so many negative images in the news. And, well, there's one. Then we have Josh Jacobs with five charges against him. We've got Brandon Ayuk on the run. I don't know if it's freshly on the run. I don't know where the video came from. Maybe the 49ers dropped it. Maybe that's why he's talking about they mad, because he's mad that they dropped the video of him speeding and he's supposed to go to another team, and he just mad because they took away his guarantee, but they paid him all this money. And so it's a whole lot of back and forth with he say, she say. I'm mad at her, he mad at me. We ain't with each other no more type. That's what's going on with the 49ers and Brandon Ayuk. I mean, it's kind of childish, but we'll pay attention to see what comes out from it. We got Aaron Rodgers looking better than Mason Rudolph in OTAs. I mean, nothing to expect. He's not going to be a mobile machine like all these younger guys who know how to use their legs, but I mean, the guy can still throw a football, So Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I'm not sure why that video needed to be posted to bash Mason Rudolph. Like, we already know he's bad. We don't need extra video to prove that. I mean, it's like the more and more y'all show Zeke running over trash cans. Okay, trash can Zeke. What more do you want from us? But no, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to be fine with the Steelers. They have a good offensive line. They have a good defense. They're going to be fine. They say, I got them with 9 wins. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. We got Chicago Bears in training camp. A lot to expect from the Chicago Bears. Where Caleb Williams had a wonderful rookie season. He had a good sophomore year, but I do think he took a nosedive just a little bit in his touchdowns and turnovers. So hopefully in his third year, he'll be able to pick that back up a little bit. I mean, if he had a sophomore, if that was his sophomore slump and the Bears still did what they did last year, I'm for it. You can't get better than 3,900 passing yards. 27 touchdowns. Again, that's to me where his sophomore slump hit. So hopefully the Bears get a little bit better. And like I said, Coach Ben Johnson stated that they got a lot of weapons, a lot of new weapons that they're trying to figure out how to maximize. I like words like that. He didn't sit here and say, "Oh, we got all these weapons and we're going to get everybody the ball. We're going to go out here." And no. He went out here and said he is trying to maximize their usage. He's just trying to make sure that with the weapons that he has, it gets them down the field and into the end zone. And one thing he has on his belt, in case the passing game hurts, he's got that right down the tip. He got that run game. So I think the Bears will be just fine. I personally think it might be between the Lions and the Bears to win this division. Green Bay, to me, still just has. You pay Christian Watson. I think y'all will go on the field and do something scary to people? You pay Christian. Ain't nobody scared of Christian Watson, bro. You pay that man an extension for what? You guys need so much more than paying him. And you let go of Romeo Dobbs, one of your better receivers. Maybe it's not the players. Have we looked at who the offensive coordinator is and how this offense is being ran in Green Bay? Have we looked at that? Because I don't think it's the players, and it's not paying the one that ain't doing nothing. That damn sure ain't gonna help y'all do nothing. Christian Watson didn't deserve that contract. Let's see. Kyler Murray adjusts to new offense. He's splitting reps. So JJ is mad because he is splitting reps with first team reps with Kyler Murray. Obviously, they're going to actually hold a competition between Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy. Do you understand that whoever wins this quarterback job, the Vikings are still going to be bad? Look, I don't care at this point. I've been saying it since I saw it in his second year. O'Connell's got to go. I think it's the coach. I don't think it's the players. I personally think, outside of JJ McCartney, I think he's bad. But I think it's the coach. I think the Minnesota Vikings have not been good under Chris O'Connell, and I'm going to keep saying that. I've said it since his second year as a coach. I think he gets outcoached by other coaches, most definitely. I think that if he is behind in the game, he will not come back and win this game at all. At all. You had that one against Chicago in week 1. You haven't had any prior to that, and you damn sure didn't have nothing after that. So I have no faith. I never have faith in Chris O'Connell. And unfortunately for me, the Vikings are going to continue to be bad as long as he's the head coach. This is the position you put yourself in as a coach. Your quarterback decisions are JJ McCartney or little boy that run around in a circle. One can get touched by a feather and he's hurt. The other wants to be hurt because Call of Duty got to come out. And he got to play. He got to keep that top leaderboard. So your priorities aren't right because look at what you drafted and look at what you picked up in the waiver in the free agency. No, Minnesota Vikings, they're not even going to be an afterthought after this season. They should have a top 3 pick. I promise you that. I think their season's going to be that bad. Them and the Cardinals and Miami. Those are going to be your top 3 teams with probably the first, second, and third pick with the Jets to follow. Jets ain't got nothing this year to go against. You went back to Geno Smith. You never even gave him a shot really when he was there the first time. So I'm really confused at what you need him for this time. Geno ain't coming there to save the day for the Jets. No, like this makes absolutely no sense, New York. Are you tanking? Because you having Geno on your team, it tells me you tanking. Atlanta, you having Tua on your team, that tells me you tanking. Having Kyler Murray on your team, it tells me you're tanking. Now, unfortunately, this is all that's left. I don't know what to tell you. But I do personally think that some of these teams are tanking. If you got Geno Smith on your team, you're tanking. Raiders ended up with the number 1 pick. Just saying, if you got Geno Smith on your team, you're tanking. All right, so enough of the NFL news. Let's get ourselves going with team predictions. All right, so we have the AFC West. That is the division we have left to do as it pertains to schedule predictions. That would be the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Raiders. All right, so we are going to start with the Broncos first. The Broncos added. Can't think of his name now that I'm talking about added. Jalen Waddle. I think that is a great commodity to go alongside Cortland Sutton. That gives Bo Nix another top 10 wide receiver, to be honest with you. I do think Jalen Waddle is a top 10 wide receiver. And he's going to probably most likely. If Jalen Waddle is as good as I think he is, Cortland Sutton may end up being number 2. Now, if Cortland Sutton is number 2, hey, look here. Cortland Sutton on a one-on-one. You don't want to deal with either one-on-one, right? Broncos have put themselves in a wonderful position. For fantasy, I'm looking at Jalen Waddle in the second round, and I'm looking at Cortland Sutton quite possibly in the third. That's where I'll put those two. However, if they actually fall like that, which they should, both of them should actually fall like that. There's a lot of players. Whoever has those two players, if you can get both of those two on your team because of where I believe they'll fall, buddy. Well, you can't have both. Don't put both on your team. I would take both. I would take Jalen Waddle if I can get him, and I would take Cortland Sutton if I can get him. Both of those wide receivers, with the amount of weapons that they have in Denver and the running game that they have in Denver, those receivers are going to see a lot of one-on-one opportunities. So I'm looking at both of them could possibly have 20 points a game. One averaging 80 to 90 yards. Another one is averaging 90 to 100 yards. They're both averaging one touchdown a game. Yeah, I'm looking at, this is PPR, so we're looking at what? 4 or 5 catches for Waddle, 6 to 7, maybe 8 catches for Cortland Sutton. So yeah, thank you. Give me both. All right, so Denver Broncos, Monday night, week 1. They're going to play on the road against Kansas City Chiefs. I'm giving that a loss. Pat Mahomes, it's not coming back, okay, after such an injury, okay, after such a miraculous recovery and losing to his rivals at home? Stop it. NFL knew what they were doing. Thank you. Give me Kansas City in that game. Week 2. At home, Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a win for the Denver Broncos. Week 3, Sunday Night Football at home against the Rams. That's a loss. Week 4, away against the San Francisco 49ers. That's a loss. Week 5, away against the Chargers. That's a loss. Week 6, Thursday Night Football against Seattle is a win at home. Week 7, Arizona Cardinals is a win on the road. Week 8, at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a win. Week 9 on the road against Carolina is a win. They got a bye week, week 10. Week 11 at home against the Raiders is a win. Week 12 on the road against Pittsburgh is a win. Week 13 at home against Miami is a win. Week 14 against New York Jets on the road is a win. Week 15 on the road against the Raiders is a loss. Week 16, and that I'm hoping the Raiders I don't have doing too much, but at the same time, I do think they'll be opponent enough in their division to not lose twice to one of their. I think they'll split pretty well with the division. I think this division is going to come down to who has the most wins, which we know it's going to be the Chiefs. Let's see. Week 16 against the Bills at home is a loss. Week 17 on the road against New England is a win. They got payback to get. So they're going to go in New England and do it. Let's see. Week 18, home against the Chargers is a win. With that, that's a 11-6. I might change. Let me see something. Am I confident in that Patriots win? No. In New England? Yeah, I'll leave it alone. Denver gets real tough towards the end of the season. They do start off rocky, but they do get pretty tough towards the end of the season. So, no, I'll leave it alone. 11-6, 6-2 at home, 5-4 on the road. Likey. Let's see, prime time. Where's the prime time? Let's see. Primetime, we have 4 primetime games, and there'll be 2-2 in primetime. All right. Let's see. Who do we have next? I think it's the Raiders we have. Yeah, Las Vegas Raiders up next. All right. So as we all know, Raiders have a new they have a new coach. They have two new quarterbacks. They got my boy Kirk Cousins, and they have Fernando Mendoza. For me, I would really love if Fernando Mendoza did not play a single football game this year. I mean, I would really hope he is able to sit behind Kirk Cousins to learn, watch, study, work on his game. And I hope it's for the whole entire season. That makes a quarterback better when they can get that real time, that real old school classic sit behind, sitting at your desk time and learning. Rather than getting thrown in the fire. A lot of these kids just can't handle the fire. Look, I'm not saying he can't. He probably can. I just like it a lot better when players are able to actually have time coming out of college to sit back and really learn how to come in and play this professional sport. With that being said, as long as Kirk Cousins can play good football, doesn't get hurt, they'll stay with him. Granted, he looks a little too. They're not looking for him to save the Raiders, I don't think. So anything above 500 of what Kirk Cousins, if he can get, it's a plus. To be honest with you, anything below 8 games, honestly, is a wash. That is when you know next year this team needs to go defend. I mean, you gave him the whole year and he gave you 8 games, and that's fine. And now you know next year who you're going with. So hopefully they're able to work out and leave him on the bench as long as they can. And I hope they do not rush him playing. All right, so with week 1 at home against Miami, I give the Raiders a win. Week 2 against the Chargers, I give them a loss. Week 3 on the road against New Orleans, I give them a win. Week 4 at home against Kansas City, I give them a win. Week 5 on the road against New England is a loss. Week 6 at home against Buffalo is a loss. Week 7 at home against the Rams is a loss. Week 8 on the road against the Jets is a win. Week 9 on the road against San Francisco is a loss. Tough schedule. Week 10 at home against Seattle is a loss. Week 11 on the road against Denver is a loss. Week 12 on the road against Cleveland. Can we give that one a win? Can we change that Cleveland one? Let's look at Cleveland. I think they might be able to pull that off. Cleveland. I have Cleveland winning 10 games. So let's take away that Raiders win. Yeah. And give them 9. So they'll go 9-8. I'm comfortable with Cleveland Browns going, especially after losing Myles Garrett. 9-8. What was that? That was what game was that? It was a home game. All right, so that home game is now 7-2. All right, so Cleveland has changed. Let's go back to the Raiders, and let's give the Raiders a win against Cleveland. All right. And then they have a bye week, week 13. Week 14, home against the Chargers is a win. Week 15, home against Denver is a win. Week 16, home against Tennessee is a win. Week 17, away against Arizona is a win. And week 18, on the road against Kansas City is most definitely going to be a loss. So with that change from Cleveland, I have the Raiders going 9-8. That's not bad. 9-8 under Kirk Cousins is not bad at all. It's a winning record. It's above 500. It's what you paid for. Okay. No division game. No division. No primetime games for this team. All right. Next up, we who do we have next? We have the Los Angeles Chargers. So I have done a lot of thinking on this team. I've looked at everything. They paid Derwin James an extension as well. Not sure why the defense has not been that good since he's been there. They haven't been good with Joey Bosa. They're not a playoff team. I don't know what this team is doing. I don't trust Justin Herbert. This man's going to have to come out this year. For the Chargers, look, let's just be simple. Let's be honest about this. We have waited for Justin Herbert long enough. It's to the point, buddy, you got to either come out here and win MVP and go into the playoffs, or you're done. Like, what more is there left to say about you? What we can say is you give up in games, you give up on plays, you give up. Like, I've never seen you finish a game strong. Like, I had a lot of faith in Justin Herbert when he first came out. His first 3 years, I had his back. I defended him. He had the numbers to defend him. And man, that was all he had. Because when the numbers were no longer there, all you saw was him on his back, giving up games, throwing picks, throwing it to the dirt, and just walking off the field like, all right, guys, see you tomorrow. Really? So, personally, with the team they have from last year, which wasn't much, I haven't seen much adjustment that the Chargers made. Wasn't really impressed with their draft, so I don't have them doing much. In this division, I don't have them doing much. I have the Raiders actually looking better than the Chargers will this year. Week 1 at home, we have the Arizona Cardinals. I'm giving them that win because I just think Arizona is just absolutely horrible. Week 2 at home against the Raiders is a win, home game, division. Week 3 on the road against Buffalo is a loss. Week 4 against Seattle is a loss on the road. Week 5 at home against Denver is a win. Week 6 on the road against Kansas City is a loss. Bye week 7. Week 8 on the road against the Rams is a loss. Week 9. Now, it's funny because they got to play the Rams in their stadium while they're on the road, but it's their stadium. That's the dumbest thing I think I have ever witnessed in NFL. Why would you put two teams in the same stadium? For what? You telling me there's no other place the Chargers could have had a stadium? Because now you got this foolishness where they're both in the so the Chargers basically get to stay home for 2 weeks, even though they're away. That's so stupid. Anyway, at home, away against the Rams is a loss. At home against the Texans is a loss. So they're going to lose at home twice. Well, and one of them is actually an away game. That's just, I guess. Week 10, Monday night on the road against Baltimore is a loss. Week 11 at home against the Jets is a win. Week 12, Sunday night at home against the Patriots is a loss. Week 13 on the road against Tampa Bay is a win. Week 14 away against the Chargers is a loss. Week 15 Thursday night at home against San Francisco is a loss. Week 16 away against Miami is a win. Week 17 at home against Kansas City is a win. Maybe not. I think Kansas City will end up beating the Chargers twice. Week 18 on the road against Denver is a loss. With that, I have the Chargers going 7-10, 5-3 at home, 2-7 on the road, 3-3 in the division, 3 primetime games, and they're going to lose all of them. You telling me you would rather see? I want to understand the brains of who creates this stuff. Okay, let's go there for a little bit. What you're telling me is, when you all thought about this, an assigned primetime game, because those ain't random. You said we'd rather see the Chargers in primetime over Cam Ward and Tennessee Titans, over the Raiders. Ain't nothing wrong with Raiders in primetime as long as they got a good team. There's nothing wrong with any good team on primetime. Have a good team, something exciting to watch. They're not exciting to watch. They're boring. The Chargers are very boring. But they got 3 primetime games we got to suffer through. Why? Because they're going to get beat up by Baltimore? Because they're going to get beat up by New England? Because they're going to get beat up by San Francisco? You see how the NFL do this crap? You see how they do that? So it's okay for us to watch the boring Chargers because they're playing three juggernauts. I guess we already know what the line gonna be on those games. So I'll put my money most definitely against the Chargers. Every time I see the Chargers, when I bet, I'm telling you, I'm taking whoever's playing them. Anyway, let's move on. Last team, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs. All right, so what we do know is Kansas City has their quarterback back. He is on the field in OTAs. He will be in training camp. He will be getting ready to go. Patrick Mahomes is ready for football. He should be ready for week one. If he just happens to not be ready for week one, they do have Justin Fields. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but Andy Reid likes him. Andy Reid likes rushing running backs, quarterback. So he will have things designed for Justin Fields if need be. But as it stands, Patrick Mahomes should be ready to go week one. With that being said, if you ever needed somebody to fear, listen. See, I don't fear Cincinnati. Cincinnati don't have choices. You paid your quarterback all that money. You paid the receivers all this money. Y'all have to go out here and win this division. It's coming to a point where does this money start being wasted if we aren't winning? Because the last two seasons, it hasn't happened. So they're going to have to do something about this team and all the money that they spent. Now, Patrick Mahomes, rough couple years after the Super Bowl, right? Crippled his way all the way in one season. Like, he carried that team to the playoffs. And then the next season, he got hurt. You think he ain't going to be a little ready to go? Got that little itch in his back. The NFL has been out of his sights for a little bit. He is coming for blood. I love Pat Mahomes in this. You can see him in training. He just has this demeanor about him that's going to be unstoppable. He has a schedule to benefit that. He has a few losses, a few. There are some teams that might be able to sneak a win here or there. One being maybe the Bengals, maybe the 49ers, or maybe Seattle. However, if it ain't one of them teams, this is going to be a really good season for Kansas City Chiefs fans. All right, so week one, Monday night. Home, primetime, Monday night. We got Denver. We got Kansas City. Kansas City winning. It's home. Home Monday night, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes not losing week one. I don't care what you say, okay? Sunday night football on the road against the Colts. Colts ain't the same. They lost a good receiver. I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be where Patrick Mahomes will be. Now, this is all granted Patrick Mahomes plays week one, okay? But against the Indianapolis Colts, that's a win. Week three, away against Miami. Who's afraid of Miami Dolphins? They got rid of both their receivers. They got rid of the quarterback they didn't need. They brought in another quarterback they don't need. And their defense has been bad for the last 3 years. I wonder. Yeah, he's going to go to Miami. He's going to win. Him, his family, are going to enjoy a little bit of Miami life for a couple of days before they go to Vegas. That, because of all that relaxation and fun in the sun at the beach, they're going to lose when they go to Vegas. All the city, the lights is bright. Yeah, it's going to be distracting. They're going to lose to the Vegas Raiders, their home rival. All right? That's an away game. Then they're going to bye week. They got to recoup. They got to get rejustified. They got to get back in the fight. Okay? Week 6. Los Angeles Chargers at home, division rival. Spanking that ass. All right, Sunday night, week 7 on the road against Super Bowl champs. We got to define ourselves. We coming back for that. We're going to whip you now. Seattle loses, Chiefs win. All right, week 8, away, Denver, tough divisional rival. We didn't beat you on Monday night in another country. Now we're back here. We in your house where it's too high to do anything. Then we're going to lose. Okay? No problem. We don't have a problem with that. We're tied in the division. All right. Week 9. Home. Jets. Geno. They didn't write me back. We're going to write you in the mouth with a fist. Bow. Win. Chiefs. Okay. Keep it moving. Week 10. Away. Atlanta Falcons. Win. Week 11. Home against the Arizona Cardinals. Win. Because them 3 games right there ain't nothing. That's why they're afternoon games. That's why nobody wants to even see that crap in prime time, because they're going to be slaughterhouses in those games. Okay. Week 12, Thursday night, away. We've had 3 good wins. We go to Buffalo. They hate us. They're going to beat us. Week 13, that's the only Super Bowl they get. It's in the regular season when they can handle it. Week 13, Thursday night football against the Rams. That's a win at home. Week 14, away against Cincinnati. That's a win. Cincinnati might have to steal that one. They may have to steal that one just to solidify themselves against Baltimore. Monday Night Football, home, New England Patriots, win. Week 16, home against San Francisco 49ers is a win. Week 17, on the road against the Chargers, might be a loss. We might have to beat them twice so we can take the division. And week 18 at home against the Vegas Raiders is a win. With that being said, we have the Kansas City Chiefs and the return of the great Patrick Mahomes going 13-4. 8-0 on the road. 5-4. 8-0 at home. 5-4 on the road. 4-2 in the division. 3-3. Right now, 3-3. And 6 primetime games and 5-1 in primetime. The one thing I'm excited about with the Kansas City Chiefs and why I do think they can win 13 games is not just because Patrick Mahomes. No. Patrick Mahomes is amazing. He is absolutely one of the greatest. No. 13 games is because they had an actual running back to their team. Andy Reid with a running back is like Alicia Keys with the piano. Okay? It's a symphony. Okay? It's probably one of the most beautiful things you will ever watch. Watching football. He, with an actual running back, might be one of the most dangerous-minded coaches in NFL history. Just wait. You just wait until you see what I'm telling you. He didn't have nobody. Isaiah Pacheco, I'm telling you, that boy, he's going to stomp the ground and put a hole in it, okay? That's how he runs, okay? Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's a big boat. We saw that when they gave that man the rock 4 times on the goal line, and he could not go forward at all 4 times, my boy. Yee. So it's been a minute since the Kansas City Chiefs have had a solidified running back. Oh, the joys of Patrick Mahomes not taking so many hits because, he can block. 13 wins for the Kansas City Chiefs just because they did add a running back to an offense that absolutely needed it and had other weapons that they can go to. You ain't gonna be able to crowd the box in certain areas now. You're gonna actually have to spread your defense around, and that is going to be the worst thing you will ever be able to do because the most dangerous quarterback when he has offense going his way is Patrick Mahomes on third down. Patrick Mahomes on third down, most dangerous quarterback. I'm telling you. All right, guys. So that was a short show for us today, discussing the NFL predictions for 4 teams for the AFC West. So, real quick before we get out of here, season 3 again is about to end for FFC. That is because I am going on vacation next week, or this week actually. Leave on Saturday. Yeah, so excited. So we leave Saturday for vacation. When we come back, it will be season 4 of FCC. So when we return for season 4, it is basically time to get into fantasy football. We're going to start doing our position rankings and start getting our tier groups ready throughout the weeks. We're going to be paying close attention to training camp as we see everybody is basically gearing up for training camp this week. So very excited, very excited. We're gonna have a lot of football coming. We got to pay attention to all these players in training camp so we can get our positions correct, our position rankings correct. Because as soon as position ranking is over, we got our FCC fantasy football draft order. Okay, so we got 200 and some odd players that we got to get through before drafts, before you guys do your fantasy drafts. And we should not be drafting anytime before week 3 of preseason. When you preseason after week 3, you got your bye week before week 1. That is when we do it. Okay, that's when we do that. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. We had a great show. Again, we will be back in 2 weeks for season 4 of FCC, and we'll be getting ready for fantasy football. I had a great show. I thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for giving me your ears. I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, and please share with someone else who loves football because we are getting ready for fantasy in 2 weeks. So I want everybody here, everybody who needs help. We're not setting lineups yet. We're just talking fantasy. We're talking players. Coaches ironing out tier groups. All right, so we can get you guys, so we can get your minds ready. I know a lot of you guys like doing mock drafts. So a lot of this is to help those who like to do mock drafts. So we're gonna have everything, all the information we need. We're paying attention to training camp. We're paying attention to injuries. We're paying attention to the next man up. Okay, so we will see you guys in 2 weeks. I love you. Coach is out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.